Hello boys and girls, how are we all? On the Rattler cider again. I'm a bit obsessed with this stuff at the minute. It's made an appearance in a few videos. It's my little treat, it's just my little treat. And you know, I know we're all broke as but listen, if you can afford yourself a little treat now and again, for God's sake buy yourself something. Whether it be a chocolate bar, a beer, a magazine, just something that you enjoy. It's good for your mental health, alright? Just treat yourself every now and again, even if it's something small. Okay, there we go. Now listen, you might think I've gone a bit full tilted here. We're gonna make a baked bean curry. No, I haven't gone bonkers, right? Stay with me, you're gonna love it. Because what do we usually do with these? Here in Old Blighty, we love our baked beans. We stick them on some toast or on top of a jacket spud. Which, don't get me wrong, I love it, love those things. In fact, beans on toast is one of my favourite little comfort snacks. But we're gonna take these to a whole new level. We're gonna make something spicy. Now, I got this idea actually from one of my customers at work in my full-time job. Lovely lady, lovely Asian lady, comes in all the time, regular customer. What is the matter with you? He's having a mad 5 minutes like he does. Yeah, lovely lady, comes in all the time, and I told her what I was doing with the channel, you know, trying to make cheap recipes for people, and she mentioned this baked bean curry that she makes. And she kind of gave me a rough idea of the kind of stuff that she puts in, and I kind of took her ideas and made my own. And the ironic thing as well is, as I was kind of testing this recipe out, about a week ago now that I first tried it, I sort of made notes for the recipe on the back of a f***ing council tax bill. But anyway, enough of me waffling, let's get on and make this curry. This cheap as chips curry, it's going to be tasty and nutritious. Now please do the usual thing, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Share this to your friends and family and those people that you know that are going to be in need. Because it's like, well, it's March the 31st today when I'm filming this. Tomorrow's the 1st of April and that's when the new energy tariffs hit. Ooh, brace yourself, folks. Don't worry though, Adam's got you. I'm going to make something delicious. Let's get on with it. Apologies, right, just quickly, right, wonky door. You may notice it in the video. I'll just address it now. I'm laying a new bathroom floor, ready for when I move out, so it's nice and sort of ready for the next tenant. And you know, the landlord can't keep my bloody deposit. Anyway, onto our ingredients, just real quick. Won't spend too much on this. So here's some of the stuff I'm going to put in our curry, our baked bean curry. Obviously we've got some baked beans, they were 21 pence per can, bargain. I'm sure you can probably get a bit cheaper, but just kind of shop around. Can of chopped tomatoes, we've got some ginger garlic paste. Now I bang on about this before, you know, you can make fresh, it's easy to do, but the jarred stuff is fine. Now if you've got some of this already, fantastic, but factor it into your cost if you're going to have to go out and buy some. But it's very economical and the amount we're going to use is like pence. Bit of lemon juice, I might not need this, we'll see at the end, just if it needs a bit of acidity, we can chuck that in. Fresh coriander, that's optional, but it does add a bit of freshness, but you don't have to add that in if you haven't got the money. Gonna serve mine with some roti. If you haven't got those, use some bread and butter. You know, look, we're not gonna claim that this is traditional Indian food by any stretch. Peppers, onions, and also spices. Here. But anyway, let's get on and make this curry.
Sir, I forgot to press record at the point I added the onions and peppers to the pan, because I'm special. Anyway, simply sweat them down in about a tablespoon of oil for about 10 minutes until soft. Don't come at me, okay? This is a professional show.
After about 10 minutes, I'm going to add some ginger garlic paste. Now, I like my garlic and I like my ginger, so I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of that. Start mixing that in, cook that for about another 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so now in with our spices. Now, obviously, if you haven't got these spices, factor that also into your cost, your initial outlay. But 2 top tips for you. Go to your local Asian supermarkets or your international supermarkets. You'll get the spices much, much cheaper and better quality. Don't bother with the supermarket ones, the stupid little pots, right? They're just not worth the money. And if you want to know what spices to start out with, if you're kind of a bit worried, it's a bit of a minefield of all the different ones you can get, I would say start out with garam masala, turmeric, coriander powder, chilli powder, and cumin seeds. You can make a whole myriad of dishes with those. It's a good place to start off. But anyway, I'm going to go in with some garam masala. There's about a teaspoon there, but you actually want 2 teaspoons, but silly Adam forgot to check that he had enough. Then I want about half a teaspoon of turmeric. I'm going to go in with a teaspoon and a half of coriander powder, tablespoon of chilli powder. Not all chili powders are the same. Some hotter than others, so be careful. And a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And that's the only spices we're using, so it's not complicated. There's not loads of stuff in there. Now what you need to do is to kind of wake the spices up. Okay, so we need to sort of toast them a little bit. Be careful not to burn them, because if you burn them, it's going to taste acrid and horrible. They only need like a minute, just before we put in the other stuff. No, I haven't got any snacks for you at the minute. I'll sort you out after this video, like I always do. I think you become accustomed that when I'm filming, it means treat time, innit? Love you, buddy. Wait, what are you doing? Can't eat the camera. Okay, so after about a minute, we're going to go in with our tin tomatoes. Woo. And also our baked beans. You might be thinking, why using baked beans? Well, they're accessible, they're cheap, and they're actually very, very good for you. Try and get the low sugar ones if you can. Give that a good old mix. I'm going to add a touch of salt. Okay, there we go. And you want to let that bubble away for about 20 minutes or so. Basically until you start to see like little pools of oil come to the top, little orange pockets of oil. That's a good sign. In any curry that you make, as soon as you start to see those little pools of oil come to the top, you know you're golden, you know your curry's on its way. So give that about 20 minutes and then we'll see where we're at. Baked bean curry, who'd have bloody thunk it? Okie doke, right, it's been about 20 minutes. So I'm going to go in with our coriander. Again, this is optional, because some people have got that flipping gene, haven't they, where they eat coriander and it tastes like soap. If you're that person, I'm sorry, then just leave it out. I'm going to add a bit of lemon juice in there, just to tame back some of that sweetness. And I'm using this bottled stuff. It's absolutely fine. It's cheap as chips, that was like 75p for that bottle. If you've got fresh lemons, use those. But I also, just to finish this off, just for that little final je ne sais quoi, I am going to add a generous knob of butter, maybe 2, just to give it a little bit of richness, right? Give it a little bit of ooh la la, you know what I mean? And look at that, curry made with baked beans. That'll feed like, what, 4 people? I'm going to toast up some rotis. Even bread and butter will be good with this. Listen, we're not saying this is traditional Indian food, all right? This is getting by food, isn't it? But getting by food doesn't mean food, does it? It's a bit smoky in here, isn't it? Unfortunately, that's one of the downsides when you dry fry your rotis. Right, but listen, let's get some of this curry in this bowl. Give this a bash. Got a bit of roti here. If you've never had roti or chapatis, honestly, they are a revelation. I love them. I use them for curries all the time because you can just kind of fold it up, scoop a bit of that curry up, and get it in your cake hole. Who knew baked beans could be so exciting? But it is spicy, but not too much. And all this came in under £3. Obviously factor in that, you know, if you've got to go out and buy all the spices and everything, factor that into your initial outlay cost. But for the amounts used in this recipe, it's going to be like pence. But I'm going to love and leave you. If you enjoyed the recipe, again, stick a like. God. Bit of chilli hit the back of my throat there. I could just spontaneously combust. If you enjoyed the video, stick a like on it. Leave a comment as well. But anyway, I'll see you boys and girls next time in the next video. Ta-ta for now. Why are you hovering for baked bean curry? There's absolutely no way on earth you're having this.